Guys, Michael Edward here, head trader at True Trading Group. It is June 10th, and I am back, baby. Feels good to be back. Like you guys know, if you've been following my channel, I was the last 2 weeks I was on vacation in Italy, and I'm back. Today's my first day back trading full time, and what a day to come back. Today was just a really, really great day. I only traded PRVB today, but there was a lot of action in the morning. All four of the top stocks from our watch list and pre-market game plan worked out perfectly. So there were four main stocks on the list, or we had a specific game plan with four stocks, and all four of them did what the game plan was expecting. Now, coming into the day, you also guys got to understand, I have not been actively trading for 2 weeks while I was on vacation. So I wanted to come into the day and take things slow. Okay, my goal today was just to be green and to just start to try to get back into a groove, because the last thing that I wanted to do was just come into today, my first day back, get all excited, let my emotions take over, and I just take a big hit. Getting into a groove is a real thing as a trader, and you having momentum as a trader, just like a stock has momentum, is a real thing. Not being active for 2 weeks, I just kind of wanted to just, kind of like walk before you run type of thing. Okay. And that's kind of was my mentality coming into the day, and was really all I wanted to do. So to walk away with this big win here on PRVB, it was a 30% gain on PRVB, and I left a ton on the table. I'm going to talk to you about some technical stuff, also some mental stuff. Regarding this PRVB trade, it was a good one. The four stocks that we were looking at today, guys, were the main ones. Were NBY, PRVB, RVLV, and Beyond Meat. And all of them did exactly what we were talking about from the pre-market game plan. All right, so let's kind of get to the chart here. Let's get to the action. And PRVB. To start us off with PRVB, guys, I actually am going to add to my chart, okay, the pre-market activity, because the pre-market activity on this PRVB is what caused us to develop a specific game plan. So let me kind of pan this over and look at, this is what we were looking at pre-market. Here's the pre-market action on PRVB. Now, when it comes to pre-market action, if you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know I do not place as much of an emphasis on pre-market levels as some other traders do. Some other traders, use pre-market highs and lows as kind of the holy grail, support and resistance levels intraday. I don't. Now, that doesn't mean that I ignore pre-market data, but I don't necessarily take it as the holy grail, like I said, and I use pre-market action to, if it lines up with kind of my overall sentiment and my overall game plan on the stock, then I'll pay more attention to it. And I really focus more so on the volume at some of these levels rather than just the price point themselves when it comes to pre-market action, because it's just a fraction of the true volume that you're getting. I actually don't even include pre-market data in my VWAP or my 9 EMA indicators. So if you guys might be looking at my screen and realize that your VWAP and my 9 EMA, my VWAP and my 9 EMA are different from yours, it's probably because you include pre-market data in yours. So if you want your indicators like mine, you got to remove the pre-market data from that. Okay, so here we are, PRVB, and what I did was I treated the pre-market action like a setup, as if it was intraday, because we have an initial morning high gets put in here. Okay, so here's your initial morning high, and then we broke through that initial morning high, and when we broke through it, it was the heaviest volume that the stock had traded so far in that pre-market session. So when that happened, I started to take notice of this previous level, right around that $10 level. Okay, and then as I pan this over, you guys see that we can. Oh, I didn't mean to delete that line. Put that back. Then you guys can see we start to get this support level, okay, where we start to hold above this previous high. Okay, little sloppy. You see, you have a little bit of room here, but this is what I was looking at pre-market. Okay, and in the pre-market game plan, we talked about this 9.85 level, just below $10, as this is the area that I'm looking for support to hold. If it does, we've got a chance to squeeze up into the mid-teens on PRVB. That was the game plan pre-market in chat. I come in every single day, guys, and I go over my pre-market game plan, what I'm watching, what stocks I'm watching, what I expect them to do, and if the stock does this, I'm going to do that. This way, when the opportunity presents itself, you're ready to act. You can't wait until 9:32 to start to develop your game plan. That is how a window of opportunity will come and then close, and you're not going to do a thing. Also, it's very easy to get overwhelmed as a trader on a day like today when you have so many stocks making big moves early in the morning. It's very easy to get overwhelmed. Okay, so that's why it's so important to have a game plan. It allows you to focus in on the stocks that you're really paying attention to, not get distracted by other by other things and your other scanners and all these other stuff that goes on during the day. What I usually do, guys, is I'll have like 2 or 3 stocks that I like the best, and that'll be my main focus off the bell. And then once I see one of those stocks or 2 of those stocks, the game plan that we had pre-market, once it starts to come to fruition, then it gets tunnel vision. Now I focus in on that stock that the game plan is actually happening, and then I'm ready to act when the opportunity presents itself, and I'm ready to pull the trigger. If those 2 or 3 stocks that I like the best, let's say my pre-market game plan is not happening, something else is happening in the stock, not what I thought, then I'll start to shift my focus away from them and into like the next 3 to 4 stocks that were also on the watch list, but maybe the ones I didn't like as much as that first grouping, and then I'll look to them and see, okay, are any of them forming the coming to fruition the pre-market game plan that we had? And that's how you can stay focused on a day like today when things were very busy in the morning. Okay, but anyway, back to PRVB. Okay, so we drew that line pre-market and we panned this over. Okay, once now the market opens up, let's remove the pre-market data here. And now here we are. So now here we open up, and as soon as we open up, we pull in where? Right down into that level, and we hold it. You can see we tested this level multiple times, guys. Okay, tested that level multiple times off the pullback, and right there, that was when, let me zoom this in a little bit. Okay, once we saw that, okay, that we were holding that level, holding, right there is when we went ahead and jumped in. PRVB. I'll take you guys to my trade announcements here on the day. Zoom in. Oh, my zoom's not working. Well, my zoom's not working. But here you guys can see long PRVB at 1065. Stop loss right below that low of the day. So that area that was holding support. All right, so you guys can see there's the entry point, and as soon as we enter the stock, just honestly, less than a minute later, the stock takes off and just rips right through the high of the day, gets halted, and I start peeling some off the table. I'll take you back to my trade announcements. You guys can see I took some profit at $12, sold the bulk of the position at $12.50, and then I got flat my last piece at $13.86 for a 30% gain, okay, on that trade. Now, I left a ton on the table, okay? You guys can see here's my first take profit, okay, second take profit, and final take profit. Okay, now coming into the day, guys, obviously you can see I left a ton on the table. The stock went to $23, so I left a ton on the table here. But the focus here on this video is what was my plan coming into the day? What was my goal coming into the day? My goal coming today was just to be green and start to get myself back on track and get back into a groove. If you said to me yesterday at like 10 o'clock at night, I'm getting ready to go to bed, and you're like, listen, Mike, tomorrow, your first day back after being gone for 2 weeks, you're going to catch a 30% rip by 10 a.m., I would have been ecstatic, happy, okay, thrilled. So I can't be upset now when that actually comes to fruition, that actually happens. I can't be upset that I'd sold out too soon, okay? When you guys make a good trade and you make money, you can't be upset that you sold too soon. Okay, believe me, there's going to be enough moments in your trading career where you're going to be negative. You're going to be upset you lost money. There's going to be moments where maybe you feel like, oh, maybe I just can't do this. You have enough hurdles and obstacles to overcome as a trader. You don't need to make it even more negative on yourself. If you make a good trade and you make money, pat yourself on the back. Your job as a trader is to make money. It is not to catch the entire move a stock makes. Okay? Your job is to not buy the exact low and sell the exact high. Your job is to identify a high percentage probability pattern, identify good risk reward, manage your risk properly, and execute a good trade. And if you do that, P&L, a profit, okay, and a good P&L will be a result and a byproduct of that. So don't ever get upset. I mean, yes, it's always be like, oh man, look how much I could have made. Yes, everybody likes to say that, and you know, it's always tough watching the stock climb higher without you when you sell out before, but you're never going to catch the top. You're never going to catch the whole move. Okay, so just be happy when you catch a trade. You know, I made a 30% gain. I was very happy to start the day that way, start the week that way, and get back into the groove of things with that 30% gain. And I wasn't upset. You know, I wasn't upset watching the stock go to $23. I was happy that I was able to catch a 30% gain my first day back. And I'm happy to see so many stocks have such great moves, high volume, good follow through, good continuation today, because it makes me feel good about the rest of the week. It makes me feel good about tomorrow, and feels like, man, I came back at the perfect moment to catch a lot of this action. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it. But I want to make sure that you guys, because so many people, they're like, oh, I sold too soon, and they get mad at themselves, even though they just made a good chunk of change. You just made 30%, and you're still mad at yourself. You got to know when it's time to pat yourself on the back for making a good trade, and then you got to know when it's time to be upset with yourself for maybe breaking one of your rules or making a mistake that you've made in the past that you said you were going to work on, getting better on. Those are the other times that you get upset at yourself, not when you make a good trade, you make money, and you just didn't make enough. That's not when you get upset with yourself. That's when you got to pat yourself on the back, take solace in making a good trade, because it's important to build self-confidence. Okay, self-confidence is key being a trader. All right, like I said, there's going to be plenty of times when you're going to doubt yourself. It's important to get that self-confidence and be able to hit your goals, to get that self-satisfaction. Okay, so PRVB, guys, was a good one. Caught a nice chunk of change on. I tried getting back in it later in the afternoon with some smaller size. I entered this position. What was it? I think it was right around here. Let me see. Back to my trade announcements. At 17:15, just after 11 o'clock. Yep, right there. So right there, I got back in PRVB with much smaller size than the trade in the morning. You guys will usually see me do that. So especially on a day like today, when I'm trying to be green and just get back into the groove of things, I want to make sure I protect my profits from that morning trade. So when I went back into PRVB a second time, I lowered my position size. So I don't give back too much of the profits that I made earlier in the day. And I was just doing that because we had such a calm pullback after this huge squeeze. It was such a calm pullback. We were coming into the 38.2 Fibonacci level. VWAP was underneath it. I just took a stab at it with a small position to see if we got back up towards the highs, and it would have just been gravy on my day. And it held all throughout lunch, and then right there, bang, it ended up just cracking down, and right there is where I sold out of it. Once it broke down below VWAP, right there is where I exited that trade. So I gave a little bit of the trade back. Like I said, it was smaller size than it was in the morning, so I'm still ending the day with in a great position, and I'm happy to start the week, and I'm happy to be back. Oh man, it felt so good to be in chat today. It really did. I missed the TGG fam. I missed my members. I missed the action. I missed making money. So I am thrilled to be back. I'll see you guys in chat. Oh, tomorrow's TGG Tuesday. I forgot. Tomorrow, guys, the TGG chat, it's open, free for everybody the whole day. Go to truetradinggroup.com, upper right-hand corner. Click on TGG Tuesday. Register. You will get a link that will give you access to our chat room for free for the entire day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern till 5 p.m. Eastern. You guys will be able to come and chat, trade with me live and the rest of the TGG team, totally for free. It's open. All right. So I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. Take care.